So before we start, let's pray. Om Ajnanatimrandhasya Jnananjanashalakya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savbhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saham Dalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshi Shunyavadi Paschati Vikshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Govinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Okay, so till now we studied about the situation of Arjuna, how we are also in a problem in this material world. We are also in a problem, just like Arjuna. So yesterday we had discussed about the nature of the soul. So let us revise that. Who are we exactly? Who am I? If we ask that who am I or who are you, then generally people tell that I am this man, my name is this, my name is that. But that name was given at a particular date, maybe after 3 months, 4 months of death, after birth. So before that also we were someone. So who are we? So someone may say I am this body, but for sure body, we are not this body. For example, if this is a mouse and I said this is my mouse, it means that this particular article is owned by me. I am the proprietor of this particular article. So this is mine, but I am not this. So whenever we use the word my, it means it is owned by us, and there is difference between the owner and the owned. Similarly, when we ask what is this, so we say this is my head, my hand. We never say I hand, my hand. Grammatically, that will be a big mistake. So who are we? Analytically, nothing, everything is ours, but we are not that in our body if we examine. So Lord Krishna gives the answer. Uh, I think we had read till the situation of Arjuna that he was lamenting, and Lord Krishna chastised him that you are lamenting for what is not lamentable and you are considering yourself very intelligent, but this is foolishness. Because change of body is of not very important concern for those who are learned, and those who are not, then they should know that this happiness, distress, everything that we perceive, that is perceived by the senses, it has a beginning and the end. Therefore one should tolerate, and those who are able to tolerate, they attain immortality. Because season will change, sometimes it will be winter, sometimes it will be season will be changed, summer will be there. And though that thing which is perishable, it can never be eternal. Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah. Asat means which is perishable, and sat means which is eternal. So what is perishable, it can never be eternal, and what is eternal, it can never perish. So we should not lament for something which is perishable and got perished. It has to be. So we never lament, and also we do not lament for something that is eternal, because if it is eternal, it will be eternal forever. So we don't carry for that. So soul is eternal. So if it is eternal, it cannot be destroyed by anything. Vinasam avyayasya. Avyayasya means this soul is imperishable. So this imperishable soul can never be perished. It cannot be. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रभु. कहाँ से? कुंती? कुंती माधव. बिंदु माधव. थैंक यू. भगवान का पन्ना हमारे. भगवान का. थैंक यू. हरे कृष्णा. विनाशम अव्यस्यास्य न कश्चित कर्तुम अर्हति। तो व्यक्ति जो है कभी भी उसको पेरिश नहीं कर पाएगा, खत्म नहीं कर पाएगा, समाप्त नहीं कर पाएगा। कश्चित कर्तुम अर्हति, कभी नहीं कर सकता। अंतवंत इमे देहा नित्य सुक्ता शरीर अनाशीन प्रमेय तस्मात् युद्ध। अब जब इसका नष्ट ही नहीं होगा यह आत्मा, और शरीर तो नष्ट होना ही है, आज नहीं तो कल, तो फिर हम क्यों संकोच करें और युद्ध न करें। अपना जो जिम्मेदारी है, युद्ध का अर्थ यहाँ पे अर्जुन जी के लिए तो युद्ध है, हम लोग के लिए अपना जीवन में जो भी युद्ध है, तो हम डर जाते हैं। डरना किस बात का, शरीर तो एक दिन मरना ही है, तो उसको चोट लगना ये सबसे क्या डरना है कि मैं मर सकता हूँ, क्या किसी बात का फियर जो होता है बेसिकली डेथ के कारण ही आता है। तो किस बात का भय, तो मरना ही है एक दिन, और आत्मा तो कभी मरती नहीं है, तो उसका तो भय बिल्कुल नहीं होना चाहिए, आज हम दोबारा जन्म लेंगे। सो अनाशीन प्रमेय से तस्मात युद्ध से भारत। सो अपना ड्यूटी हमको परफॉर्म करना चाहिए। वी शुड, ओ सॉरी, या सो वी शुड नेवर lament for which is not lamentable. यह एनम व्यक्ति हंतारम यश चैनम मन्यते हतम उभौ तौ न विजानीतो। On the other hand, those who consider that I have killed someone or someone is trying to kill me, actually he is having knowledge of none, neither of the soul nor of the body. Because those who know that body will be dead, it will get perished for sure, and soul is never gonna get slain, so he will never lament. So those who does not know about it, they only lament. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन्नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः। This soul, it was never a time that it took birth or is taking birth or will take birth. It was never a time, nor it will be. It is forever. Ajo nityah, it never takes birth. Nitya, it is forever. Shashvatah, and it will remain forever. Ayam Purana, and this is very old. Na hanyate hanyamane sare. In spite of body being slain, being killed, this soul remains forever. So, as Arjuna talked about Kripana and Brahmana, so this is the difference. Those who understand the difference between body and soul, they act at a spiritual level, and they use the resources, as we had talked yesterday session. They use the resources in their full utility, in their proper perspective. For example, intelligence is to be used, so they use it for the welfare of the society, and the best welfare activity can be given by awarding them Krishna consciousness, a chance to practice Krishna consciousness. So if you award them these opportunities, that is the best use of our intelligence, our resources that we may have. Like if someone is having house, so he can invite everyone and they can chant and dance, or on the street he can lead everyone that let's go, and everyone can go on the way, they can distribute prasadam. So like that he can engage everything, his body, his mind, his intelligence, his will, his resources, whatever he has, he can use. So that is called Brahman. Kripana means he starts lamenting without seeing the things in their proper perspective. So that is the difference. Body goes under 6 changes, but that is not the case with the soul or anything that is living because of the presence of the soul. So that material thing passes through 6 phases. First it takes birth, and then it grows, and after a while it remains at a constant change, without any change it remains at a constant level, that is called maintenance. And then production of byproducts, it produces something like if there is a tree, then it will grow and then it will be maintained and it will produce some uh, fruits, and then it will start growing old and then it will die. Anything that is living, it passes through these 6 changes, but that is not the case with the soul. And I already told that we are not this body, we are soul. Because mind also, someone may say I am mind, but we say my mind, I am really disturbed, my mind is really disturbed. So like that we say my mind, I mind no one says. So body is like a vehicle uh, which is being driven by the soul. The way driver drives a car, the soul is driving this machine. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Yantra Rudhani Maya. The soul is sitting on this yantra, this body, machine. So Both are having need. Driver is having need and the car is having need. The need of the car is petrol and the need of the driver is food. If we give, we should take care of the car. We should you know keep it polished. The denting, if dent is there, then we should take care of it. Similarly, body gets is scratched, it gets hungry, then we should supply the things. But apart from that, we should also take care of the driver, because if driver is dead, it does not get food. If it doesn't get feed, whatever it requires, then if driver is dead, car is of no use. It cannot budge an inch without the presence of the driver. Even in modern times when the cars, I think automated car are there maybe, but still they need a spiritual touch. Someone must be there to control it, maybe through remote or whatever. But without spiritual touch, car cannot move, or anything in the world, any mechanic machine can never be 100% automatic. First touch must be given by some spiritual energy. Spirit soul must be there for first touch, and then this will start work. Similarly, this material world, we see that earth is revolving. Actually, earth is fixed, sun is revolving around the earth, moon is revolving, so many stars are there, they are revolving. So everything is moving in such a perfect system, systematically, without any collision. So there must be some spiritual touch. So that touch was given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of Mahavishnu. So that is the first touch. Without spiritual touch, nothing, no matter can move. There can never be any change in the matter. It can only degrade to its position, but it can never work properly without the touch of spirit soul. So we should take care of both. So when we are living our life, it is hardly 60, 70 or 100 years, not more than that. So if we are living, we should not just be busy taking care of the body. Like one will be considered a fool if he just taking care of the car but not his own self. He is hungry but he's just giving petrol to the car or water to the radiator. He should give to himself also water, and petrol means food he should give to himself, like that. And he should wear clothes, nicely dressed, taking bath. He should take care of his own self. In the same fashion, one should not only take care of one's own body, but also take care of the soul. Otherwise, he will be considered kripana, miser. He is not using his intelligence properly. He is just busy in taking care of the body, like eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. He's busy. These four requirements are of the body. So he's just busy in his whole life, like someone is working in a company or having factory, big businessman or whatever successful, famous personality. But if he is busy, just busy about uh, you know bodily necessities, then he's no better than an animal, because animals are also doing the same thing. If you see, animals are, what they are doing, they are eating, they are sleeping, they are defending, they are procreating, they are having their family members. So they are also doing the same thing. We are also doing the same. What's the difference? So the difference is that we can do something about our soul, but the dog, the animal, they cannot. So that intelligence is there with us, so we should utilize it properly. Yeah. So the whole world, WHO, World Health Organization, is worrying about the that whole world is not getting the nutritions. Now malnutrition is the big problem they consider. But malnutrition about the body is not the only problem. Actually, the bigger problem is spiritual malnutrition. The spirit is not getting feed. Spiritual food is not being provided to the spirit soul, and that is more important. Rather, most important in the world, but we are not worrying about it. So that is a dangerous position. Rather, we should be most worried about this thing only, uh, about the soul. But if if someone is intelligent, then not only he will take care of his own soul, but also uh, the people around him, his relatives, or in society or nation, whatever level he can work at, he will try to uh, enliven the people in this path. One more good example that you can consider: if there is a parrot in a cage and the lady, the owner, is taking care of the case but not the parrot encased in the case, then parrot will die. And what is the use of a case without parrot or the bird inside? The beauty of the case is there till the bird is there inside. Similarly, our soul is encased in this body, and if we are just taking care of the body, not the soul, one day this soul will leave the body for sure. And then what is the use of this body? Your our whole life we just got busy, putting beautiful, so many very valuable cosmetic on our face, wearing good kind of clothes, very costly clothes, eating in big hotels, and so many things. But what is the good use of it if we are not taking care of the soul? So that is most important. We should take care of the soul. That is most important. So like this case is made of five elements, our body is also made of five elements. Like this walls, our house, that is also made of five elements. So this is a house made of five elements. So we are encased in that. So we can get liberated if we give spiritual food, and that should be the goal of human life. वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यं येनम् अजमव्ययं कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ कं घातयति हन्तिकम्. Those who understand that we are not this body, we are soul, how he can consider others as to be their slayer, or how can they slain others? Slain means they can kill others. So he is very wise and he does not care others. Okay, so there is some glitch. I'll just take care of it. Yeah. So this how it happens. Okay, so next is our, now we know that we are not this body, we are soul. So we are, there are two things, the duties of the body and duties of the soul. So both has to be taken care of. But generally, we just take care of one part, material activities, material duties, but we leave, duty means swadharma, and we leave spiritual duty, which is eternal, which is going to get counted forever. Lord Krishna says, even if you die, then you will attain heavenly planets, and if you win, if you conquer, then you will enjoy this place, this entire planet. So therefore, you should fight. In our life also, whatever may happen, if we either or we are gonna we are be unsuccessful or successful. If we are successful, then very good. If we are unsuccessful, we are going to get some experience. So there is never a loss. We should always try. What should be the mood? सुख दुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जया जयौ ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापम अवाप्स्यसि. We should consider sukh dukh as equal, as a matter of duty. Labh alabh, jay ajay, whether there is gain or loss, there is jay means win or lose, whatever may be there, we should perform our duty. Because in, on standard plane, if you see absolute plane, this everything is of no use. For others, as we see, they are also sometimes happy, unhappy. That happiness and unhappiness is not going to affect us, their happiness and unhappiness. Similarly, the happiness and unhappiness of the body does not matter to the soul, and we are not the body, we are the soul. So we should be aloof from this effect of happiness and unhappiness. If someone performs bhakti, rather the activity of the soul, then what is the benefit? नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. So नेहाभिक्रम नाशोस्ति, there is no, if we perform any spiritual activity, then there is no loss in that, there is no diminution. If you perform, there will be no degradation, nor there it is going to get finished fully. So there is no loss. Pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam, even if you perform very little bit, swalpam apasya dharmasya, if you perform even little bit, trayate mahato bhaya, then you will be delivered of all big bhaya. Bhaya means fear. Whatever dangerous type of fear may be there, you will be relieved of it by practicing uh, spiritual activity. So that is such a big thing. Material activity, whatever you do, that is going to be of no use. But spirituality, if you do, it will get carry forwarded forever. If you die this birth, let's say, with 10% of bhakti, spiritual practice that you have done, then from next birth, you will start from 11%. And say slowly, slowly. So there is never a loss. Whatever practice we have done, spirituality we have practiced, it is good enough. But we should try to make it successful in this very life and go back home, back to Godhead. Why to rot in this material world unnecessarily? This material world is now, Kali Yuga is happening, it is going on, so it is going to be more dangerous. So why to stay here? So 10% and then 20% birth after birth. But if materially, if someone is PhD in this birth, next birth, if he takes by chance, if he gets, not by chance, by providence, if he takes birth as a human being, again he will have to start from ABCD. He cannot claim to be a doctor in next birth just because he was PhD in next previous birth. Therefore, व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिरेकिह कुरुनन्दन बहुशाखा ह्यनन्ताश्च बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनां. We should be single focused, single branch intelligence one should be having, and he should practice devotional service. Those who are having many confusions in their lives, whether should I do that, do this, okay, you may have many material choices, but spirituality should be uncompromised. It should go uncompromised without getting hindered by any material situation. So then that is good. Bahushakha, if there are many branched ideas, our determination is not fixed, then we are not irresolute in our intelligence. Our intelligence will be irresolute. It will not be permanent. We may decide something and next moment we say no, 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 I won't do this. So this confusion will go on forever. We may have seen in our lives, we consider pros and cons of every activity and we are unable to take the decision, and sometimes if we take, we lament for the decision that we took. Why? Because the goal is not clear. What for I am taking this decision, is it going to benefit me spiritually or not? So if our Mm. our criteria is fixed, that spirituality is my criteria. If it is this activity that I'm going to perform, it is going to help me spiritually, then I'm going for it. If it is going to hinder my spiritual advancement, my devotion to the Lord, then I'm not going to take it. So if we are having this clear cut understanding, then that intelligence is called resolute. Resolute means unshakable, and one will not be lamenting for the decision that he has taken, because he knows the uh, reason for which he has taken it. The benchmark is spirituality, spiritual advancement. That is our benchmark. If that is the thing, then we will never be lamenting for the past decision that we have taken, nor we will be confused for the future decision that we are going to take, or in present. Not we will be fearful about the future. But in our Vedas, there are so many flowery words which very much attract to those people who are uh, attached with bhog, means sense enjoyment. Those who are attached to sense enjoyment, they will consider this the words of the Vedas as very flowery. In Vedas, it is said that if you do perform this yajna, then you will go to heaven. If you perform this yajna, then you will go to this planet and you will enjoy for these many years. So people of karma kand section, they get very much attracted to these things. And what happens? They get stuck in the life of birth and death, the cycle of birth and death. They are not going to get elevated to the spiritual world. Heaven is in material world. Even other religion also, they talk about uh, heavenly planets, that you will get so many huras, 72 hure milengi, or you will get virgins, 72 virgins, like that they talk about. So in our religion also, it is said in karma kanda section, it is said swarga, you will get attain swarga. That is why people say swarga, swargati prapt, my this person, he has left and he has attained swarga. So he will enjoy there, but for a while, and that while is very long for India, our earth. Our 1 year is 1 day there, 24 hours in heavenly planets. So they live, enjoy there for 100 years or whatever calculation, up to their piety. But when that piety is finished, they will have to come again. So we should not be very much attracted to these flowery words of Vedas. Those who are intelligent, they will not be attached. But those who are reading Karma Kand section, it is very difficult to take them out of it, because they are attached to the enjoyment. And what happens to those who are attached? Bhogashwarya prasaktanam taya parita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidiyate. Those who are attached to bhog means sense enjoyment. They want to enjoy women. They want to enjoy their lust by drinking alcohol, non-veg, so many things. Bhog Aishwarya, and they want opulent life, big bungalow, big car. If one is very much attached, prasakta, sakta means attached, prasakta means prakrishta rupena, very strongly attached to these things. Taya aparita chetsam. So there, his intelligence has been stolen away. Aparit means apaharan, you must have heard. Captured. These things, Bhog and Aishwarya have captured their intelligence. His intelligence is unable to function in a proper direction, right direction. It is unable to function. Vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidyate. So for him, vyavasayatmika buddhi, remember this word that we have already discussed. Sorry. Yeah, vyavasayatmika buddhi, that we should have single focus on our aim, on our spiritual path. But those who will not be, who will unable uh, to have irresolute determination, those who are attached to bhoga and aishwarya. So We see that old people who have practiced these things, Bhoga and Aishwarya, their whole life, if you go and give them spirituality, it's very difficult for them. But those who are young, those who are not so much entrapped into this, for them it is very easy to take up spiritual path. Also, those who have taken birth in spiritual rich family, rich family but not a spiritual family, for them also spiritual life is very difficult. They will find it very difficult. Why? Because from birth they are being trained in this line of Bhoga and Aishwarya. Enjoy, party, work hard, party harder. They say personal private jet. So they are very. It's very difficult for them. But somehow, if devotees are very merciful and they are trying to bring them in spiritual path, so they are really very fortunate if they can take up bhakti to whatever degree they can get. So they are very fortunate. Otherwise it's very difficult. Also those who are attached through karma kanda, though they are not a spiritual, karma kanda is not a spiritual. It comes in Vedas but it is not spiritual. This is material. Karma kanda means related to enjoyment, material enjoyment. So heavenly planets, everything is material. Spiritual planet is beyond this uh, material world. We will discuss more about it in upcoming sessions after 20 days around. So we should not be worried about this small benefits, because whatever small benefit well can provide, that benefit and much more than that can be provided by a big reservoir of water. For example, there is a big lake. So if we can drink, we need water from a well, so that can be provided by the lake. But much more than that can be provided by the lake. There may be many rubies or pearls might be found there, but this well, it cannot provide much more than that, much more than water, drinking water. Similarly, these Vedas that they are giving, that you will enjoy heavenly planets, this that, they can provide only that much. But those who are spiritual, practicing spirituality, they will gain also spiritual success and material success as well. Just by chanting the holy name, anybody can become the richest. What is the proof? Dhruv Maharaj, our present Acharya Srila Prabhupada, you see ISKCON is across the globe. What he did not materially tried, but he got, actually he is already perfect spiritually, but he made so many people spiritually perfect, and also materially also. If you see ISKCON is so big, so we don't need to separately endeavor. Of course, little bit one has to work in a company, but not much. So one should not be get involved so much that he is not having, or barely he is having time for spiritual practice. One of my friend in Mumbai, he left his job and switched to another company at a lower scale. He's getting less money, lower wage, but he's happy because he's able to practice spirituality at a larger scale now. So that compensation we should also do. For spirituality, we should be ready to sacrifice anything and everything if we want to go back home. Otherwise, if we are want to go late, then we can take that much compensation we can do. It is not for everyone that give up everything, but whatever conviction you are having, at least that much you practice. Otherwise it will be totally zero. So rather than having totally zero, at least we should do something spiritually. uh, यावान अर्थ उदपानित सर्वतः संप्लुतोदके तावान सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानते. Those who know the Vedas, they know these things, that whatever these flowery words of Vedas they are providing, we should not be attached to it. And same thing Lord Krishna says, that we should not be attached with these three flowery words of Vedas. And a very famous shloka, this is कर्माण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफल हेतुर्भुर्मा ते संगोऽस्तु कर्मणि. Even if we are performing material activities, we should not think that the material result I am entitled for. We should not think, because one may work hard very much, he may get a lot of money, but enjoyment is not in his hand. Money is not the enjoyment. Of course, one may be materially very, mentally very happy, but senses, for senses you need food, you need cloth, so many things. So if these things are not provided by the nature, nobody can provide. If you see food, it is provided by the nature. Everything is provided by the supreme will. By without Krishna's will, we can never enjoy these things. So we can work, but we should never think that I am having adhikar. It is my right to enjoy also. No, without sanction of the Lord, you cannot enjoy. You can of course work. So we should work in a way that this mentality that I am having no right to enjoy. Whatever enjoyment comes, that is by the mercy of Krishna. So we should be grateful about him. Like in Corona time, and now in Shanghai also there is lockdown. So people are getting tormented by hunger because it's big lockdown. It's very long period. So now they are hungry. We can also experience that when it was lockdown in India or the place we are. So what was the situation? Very precarious condition. Rather, also we should not think ma karma phal hetu, that I am the cause of this phal. If we perform something and we think that I this thing happened because of me, that should also not happen. So earlier was at sensual platform that we should not consider ourselves bhokta enjoyer. We have no right in the kadachana. Kadachana means never. In the phalesu means the result of the activity that we do. We should never think. Also we should never think that this happened because of me. Now this is another level, next level. If something happened, if I made a mm, temple, let's say I built a temple, I should never think because of me it happened. Please write down my name. Of course those give donation, they want this, but this is not the ideal condition. Lord Krishna is saying that mate sangostu karmadi. And if these things are there, that I am not getting enjoyment, also I'm not getting the credit means because of me it happened. So what is the use of working? Rather I won't work. Lord Krishna is saying no, still you work for my pleasure. So that is that instruction he is giving to Arjuna, that you should not think that you have to fight and you have to win, and you don't consider yourself that you are fighting and this you are going to win because of your strength. Then why I should fight? Fight for as per the order, my order, as per the instruction given in the scriptures. Scriptures are the words of Krishna, the words of God. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Whatever he speaks, that is dharma. Whatever Krishna says, that is dharma. So in our life, we should try to practice up to whatever level we can do. Best is follow 100%, but if not, at least whatever percent we can try to up from our side, we should, that should be our concern. It's a common actually common practice that if we do something, we consider that I am the owner, but that is not the case. Once two laborers in city, they were talking, they were laborers. So one was saying that building, 40-story building belongs to me, that is mine. And they say, oh, that is very small. You see this 80-story building, that is mine. So another person was hearing them wearing a very filthy dress, not having proper slippers. So he's asking, your condition does not look like that. So please tell me, who are you people? So they said 20 years back this building was being constructed. So I worked there. I used to carry bricks and make the mention. They were talking like this. So they were claiming that just because we did for it, so it belongs to us. Just because you did, it does not belong to you. The proprietor is someone else. So similarly, everything that we take from the nature, that is nature's. And who is the owner of the nature? Krishna is the owner of the nature. So we should never claim that because I did it, I am the owner. Rather, Krishna is the real owner, real proprietor. Of course, he won't uh, ask you to, he will not harm you, and nobody is going to harm you. But at least if you are having this mentality, then we'll be the happiest person, because we are not to be blamed if something wrong goes against. And we should not be the enjoyer also. We should not consider ourselves the enjoyer as well when something good happens. So that is very nice condition. We are relieved from the stress that we are going through for uh, the labor that we are putting in. Something wrong goes, so we think that Krishna's desire, if he likes, he can get it done. If he doesn't like, then what can we do? At least we should try. So that is the meaning of this. We can try without having any idea in background that this will happen, that will happen, and I will get the credit, people will glorify me. That is there in the background of our mind, that people will ask me, they will talk to me, they will glorify me. Yeah, that is not required. Okay, so we'll stop here. If anybody is having any question, they may ask. Let me see if there are chats. हरे कृष्ण पूछ के आप हिंदी में बता सकते हैं? हाँ, हिंदी में क्लास जो है 7:30 बजे होगा। योगेश भादड़ा जी, आप जो है 7:30 की क्लास में आप भगवत गीता ग्रुप में हैं, हम मुझे उम्मीद है। अगर नहीं है तो आप जुड़ जाइए, उसका लिंक जो है मैं शेयर कर दूंगा। आप हैं कि नहीं, आप बता दीजिए। तो हिंदी में 7:30 बजे होता है, ये क्लास जो है इंग्लिश के लिए होता है। ओके ओके, सो yeah, any question is there? We would like to take question. Meanwhile, I'll share the link of the group. I'm waiting. If there is some question, you may ask. ओके, लिंक इज सेम एक्चुअली। जो जूम में ज्वाइन करने का लिंक है वो सेम है। आप इसी लिंक से जो है 7:30 बजे आप ज्वाइन कर लीजिएगा, लिंक सेम रहेगा। ओके, 7:30 पे हिंदी में क्लास होगा, सेम चीज़ बताया जाएगा। यू कैन ज्वाइन। ओके, सो आई डोंट थिंक देर इज सम क्वेश्चन। इफ देर इज, प्लीज पुट इन चैट बॉक्स. Is meditation procedure given in Bhagavad Gita? Yes, very soon it is going to come, and I will answer you still today itself that chanting the holy name is the remedy, the meditation for Kali Yuga. It is mentioned in all the scriptures. The detail will provide in 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, or after that also. So the process is chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is mentioned in all the scriptures. Also in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Manmana Bhavamat Bhakto. ओके, सततः कीर्तयन्तो माम यतस्य अग्निर्भृतः. So 7:30 we are going to have session again in Hindi. Those who missed or those who want to attend in more detail, in you can join there. In Hindi we talk in more detail. We are having a lot of time there. Thank you. We are ending this session today. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.